right, so the Warriors won once again, this time defeating the Utah Jazz at home by a final score of 129 to 118. And this was a fun game. I mean, the Warriors had a really good performance from their starting lineup and Jordan Poole coming off the bench as the sixth man. And Stephen Curry, of course, having a great game with 33 points. Wiggins had 20. Wiggins is looking, I mean, it's sort of similar to last year. Wiggins and Curry both looking like they're going to be all-stars for sure. And then, of course, other supporting players. Klay Thompson, okay game. I think it was a solid game for Klay. I think he's still struggling to find his shot consistently, but I'll give Klay credit. And then Jordan Poole with 19 off the bench, playing 10 less minutes than Klay and having just one less point. The Warriors bench didn't really do much, but they also didn't really play any of the young players besides Kuminga. And so that was something interesting to note. But yeah, I mean, the Utah Jazz, of course, just a couple days ago, atop of the Western Conference, looking like a huge surprise in the National Basketball Association. And the Warriors beat them, moving back to 500 at 10-10 now for the Warriors. The Jazz are 12-9. And yeah, don't get me wrong, the Jazz are a very strong team. Well, I don't know if I'd say very strong. The Jazz have had a good start to the season. Lauri Markkanen has been their story with, he had 24 points tonight, and he's been very good all season. But I hate to say it, and I know this would probably, I think people that are fans of the feel-good story narrative would probably disagree with this, but I just don't think the Utah Jazz are a legitimate team. I think this first, 15, 20 game good start to the season is pretty fluke-esque. I think it's pretty fraudulent. I mean, I think the Jazz are sort of like a money ball team right now. They're sort of like using guys that like are not your everyday household players, somehow winning. And yeah, they had a good start to the year, but the Warriors kind of exposed their weaknesses tonight. I mean, the Warriors had a very strong first quarter and died down a little bit, but I think the Warriors sort of just had this game from the get-go. It was a fun game to watch, I mean, from that narrative. So, yeah, Thompson, like I said, he started slow. I mean, the focus has been on him a lot. I'm not trying to pick on Klay, but, he started out kind of slow, and then he kind of got his rhythm. He hit back-to-back threes in the third quarter and 6 on the night. So 18 of Klay's 20 points were on threes. And so, yeah, not bad. I mean, it's good to see Klay shooting the three ball. I'd like to see him drive a little bit more, but, we'll see what happens in the future games when he's given maybe some more minutes. But yeah, Jordan Poole also impressed me, of course. Like I said, I mean, he hasn't, he's been good this year, of course, but he hasn't been, last year Jordan Poole by any means. And so that was good to see. Like I said, for the Jazz, Lauri Markkanen, 24 points. And the Jazz were very much kind of sloppy in the beginning. I mean, they just managed 11 assists in the first half of the game. The Warriors were kind of exposing their defense. Utah had also a good game from Kelly Olynyk, who had 21 points. Also, Clarkson and Sexton had 21 and 13 respectively, and the center Vanderbilt had 13. So, sort of similar game to the Warriors where the starters played good. Their bench didn't really do that good. Then Malik Beasley with 10 off the bench. Talen Horton-Tucker didn't even score, though. So, the Utah Jazz just sort of came up short, to, say it simple. But I think the Warriors, it's a home game. They're going to play good at home. If I've learned anything from this season, road games are a huge challenge, a huge struggle for the Warriors, while home games are pretty steady, I guess. I don't know. I mean, they lost here and there, but I think the home games are very confident. And so, yeah, Curry, phenomenal. I can't say anything negative about Stephen Curry. I mean, I haven't in probably years at this point. I mean, he's just playing so good, 33 points. The Warriors will have Minnesota on Sunday, a team that is solid, but I think beatable. And it's in a road game, though, so we'll see. And so, yeah, we'll see what happens. The Warriors had a good game. I got to give them credit. Like I said, I don't want to say anything about the Jazz yet. I don't think they're a legitimate contender. I think they had a great start to the season, and I think they have a lot of potential. But I think the Warriors kind of exposed their weaknesses, especially in that first half. So, yeah, guys, that's going to do it. Let me know your guys' thoughts. I'll see you guys later. And, yeah, go Warriors.